Rodell, this is World Report. Reports say that 91 people have been injured after an American Airlines plane overran a runway near Kingston, Jamaica. The plane, with more than 150 people on board, was landing during a heavy rainstorm. American Flight 331 originated in Washington, D.C. and flew to Miami before completing its journey in Kingston. Within the last hour, we've spoken with the Jamaican Information Minister, Darrell Vaz, after he had been to the scene.
I actually got near enough to the airplane to see the tail part of it. There are definitely some breaks in the fuselage, but nothing that would indicate that it has broken apart. But based on the fact that it did overrun the airstrip, the runway, and actually go across to the seaside, which has quite a number of rocks, and of course. That may have caused some major damage to the aircraft, but no, it has not broken completely, as has been indicated before.
We also spoke with an American Airlines official who gave us a very similar assessment concerning the plane's condition.
I believe the description that, that when people say broken up, that can mean a lot of different things. We know there's damage to the fuselage, but to us, broken up kind of conveys the thought that it might be quite a bit of distance apart between any pieces, and we don't believe that's the case. We certainly know there is damage to the fuselage. One engine on the right side came off after it was had gotten past the runway, and ultimately stopped with one landing gear on the left-hand side of the main gear had collapsed on the left. So all of that's fairly consistent with the engine separating, which I might add it's designed to do if there is something like that, because it is a safety measure.
It's thought that many of the passengers were returning home for the holiday season, and the experience clearly would have been harrowing. Here's what the head of News for TV Jamaica had to say.
As far as I know, there are no fatalities at this time. We were told by a civil aviation official a few moments ago that 4 persons had some serious injuries, but most of the passengers had minor injuries. They were taken to hospital. I saw some who actually left in cars that came to collect them at the airport. I spoke to a passenger earlier, and she told us that the plane landed pretty normally. In fact, she said persons applauded when the aircraft landed. However, after it was taxiing on the runway to come to a halt, they noticed it didn't stop, and then there was a loud bang, and that's when they knew something was wrong, when oxygen masks deployed, and also they noticed the structure of the fuselage started to crumble.
And just to recap, of the 91 persons injured when this Boeing 737 overran the runway, officials say that none are in a critical condition. In this digital age, cybercrime is of increasing concern.